Alright guys, let's talk a play-in tournament and the Western Conference matchup between the 7th seeded Los Angeles Lakers and the 8th seeded Minnesota Timberwolves. The Lakers wrapped up the regular season 43-39, 4 games above 500. The Timberwolves 42-40, a couple games above 500. Let's talk about the Lakers first, guys. The Lakers, we know, started the season off extremely bad, underachieving. I think they started something like 2-12. They were one of the worst teams in the league. Struggled mightily up until the All-Star break. Where the trade deadline looked like Rob Pelinka, their general manager, pulled off some pretty good trades. The team picked up some nice pieces, and ever since the break, they have been rolling, been on a nice run. Where they, just when you thought they were going to be dead in their tracks, weren't even going to make the play-in tournament, they got close to making the playoffs and almost a direct spot into the top 6. They did fall short though, a game behind the Golden State Warriors, but they are still in a very good position, guys. Home court advantage, first round of the play-in, and from what it looks at the injury report, guys, they are at full strength. The only negative that I see for the Lakers, guys, the scheduling in this last part of the season has been kind of tough. They were on a long road trip where they were still battling for their playoff lives, which means LeBron, Anthony Davis, and their players have logged in a bunch of minutes. They haven't gotten any time to slow down, get any kind of rest. This is going to be a very important game for them, which means if they can avoid a loss in this ball game, it will give them a nice 3-4 day rest until the playoffs start. And from the looks of it, guys, they are a 7.5 point favorite. I had them estimated as an 8 point favorite. The chances are very high. They are the ultimate favorite in this ball game. Not so much that they are far superior to their opponent, the Timberwolves, but the Timberwolves, guys, as we have seen, especially in the last day of the regular season, was an absolute disaster for that team. They were playing against the Pelicans, hunting for the 8th spot. They did end up getting the win in that game, but they paid a price for that. The Timberwolves, guys, lost their top defender on the perimeter, Jaden McDaniels. He broke his hand. He punched the wall heading into the locker room at halftime. Word came out he fractured his hand. He's going to be out. Even if the Timberwolves do find a way to advance, he's not going to be with the team. And I'm sure most of you saw the incident with Rudy Gobert where he punched Kyle Anderson in the chest. He got a 1-game suspension for that, which means, guys, that the Timberwolves are going to be coming into this matchup with the Lakers extremely shorthanded. Another player, guys, that has not been mentioned so much this past week or so is their big man coming off the bench, Naz Reid, an extremely important player for the Minnesota Timberwolves. We know I think he fractured his wrist. He's also going to be out. The Timberwolves are going to be coming into this game extremely shorthanded. Now, guys, the Timberwolves in this ball game, 7.5 point dogs. Do I expect them to win this game? Probably not. I don't know if they're going to have enough firepower, but I do expect them to be competitive. Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, they still have Mike Conley, Taurean Prince, a couple other guys over there that I think can keep them competitive in this ballgame. The Lakers, guys, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video also, they have had quite a brutal schedule. Players, their starters playing a ton of minutes. They've only had a game break between a day break between their last game and this one. This is not going to be an easy ball game, in my opinion. Do I expect the Lakers to win? I do. I do expect them to win the ball game, but I do think that the Timberwolves can keep this game close and within this number. My pick in this ball game is Minnesota with the plus 7.5. But I do expect the Lakers to win this ball game. This is my prediction in this game between the Lakers and the Timberwolves.